Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. It's been 3+ months. I've been waiting on parts for the rover. I got the block and crank back from machine. I was working on that, but I screwed up a cam bearing, so I'm waiting for another set of cam bearings. But you know, I have been picking away at that project. But in the meantime, I cleaned the garage, cleaned and organized this mess. Right? It's still a mess. It's still a mess. But anyway, I got this bench moved over here. It's too big for this space. I mean, this is just a double wide garage with a little extra, right? I got a cabinet, file cabinet, and consumables cabinet. Some shelving that takes up lots of space, but also organizes everything pretty nice. I did have my toolbox cleaned off, but you know, turned into another mess. That's kind of just how my life goes. But in the meantime, my grandpa found a couple of chainsaws. One of them happened to be this Echo top handle climbing saw CS-271T. It's in decent shape. I had the carb off. Piston looks brand new. Cylinder looks good. But it doesn't run. It was missing a fuel bulb. It had the wrong spark plug in it. I got a new spark plug, obviously. Got a new spark plug in there. I'm gonna have to take that out. But well, I cleaned the carb and ultrasonic cleaner, and it still won't pump fuel. So I either have an impulse problem or I have a carb problem. You can see here I got the Speed Cut Nano 1/4" pitch conversion spur sprocket, and I got myself a Panther Mini 14 and chain without the guard, so it's just like a big boy chain. So here's my new carb Pro line. I didn't want to dump the money on a new wall bro. It was over 200 bucks American, so no thank you. And I got a new air filter, and I bought a clutch tool for this saw so I can convert it to 1/4 pitch. So anyway, that's what we're gonna do today. Quick little project, see if we can get this running and convert it to 1/4 pitch, and hopefully get a video out to you guys. Like I said, I am working on this Rover V8. I've been pondering if I'm gonna clean up these casting imperfections. I might. I'm waiting for a I'm waiting for a puller tool, like one with the vice grips, like locking pliers, and a slide hammer on the back end, so I can pull these brand new frost plugs. Well, one of them anyway. Probably this driver's side, probably this middle one, so I can put the block heater back in because we live in the Great White North.
Do it. He's in tune. Hey, good day. Welcome to the Great White North. I'm Bob McKenzie. This is my brother Doug.
How's it going, eh?
Okay, our topic today is the Great White North because we've got like lots of mail, like about it,
That's kind of what I got on the go with that. I have all the parts for it. I was, you know, super excited to get it together, and the first bearing I put in, I put in a little kitty wampus. I don't know if this will focus, but so I got it out cleanly, and then I went to put it back in, and it was clocked wrong. I had this oil hole in the complete wrong spot, and it was going in good. I'm like, oh man, screwed it up again. So I went to press it out, and I don't know if the GoPro will pick it up, but I ended up mashing the inside diameter or inside bore of this bearing. And as you know, they come in a set of 5. And you can't just buy one, you have to buy 5, a whole set. So I have a new set on the way, waiting on the mail, as per usual. And yeah, I have a couple more things going on with the Land Rover. I gotta pull the rad to get it flushed because it's full of mechanic in a bottle. It's like a metallic looking stuff in the coolant in there. I want to get that flushed out. I need to take the old power steering pump off of that thing. I just have a list. I gotta clean up the AC compressor. It's full of corrosion. I decided not to clean up the hose clamps. Waste of time. It's really a waste of time. I wanted to look really clean under there. Well, hose clamps are gonna have corrosion. Oh well. I have some harness work to do. Not wiring in particular, but just loom, wrap, and whatnot that's all busted up on it. Yeah, so rad flush, I gotta pull the rad on it. Power steering, I gotta take the power steering pump off and drain the fluid and flush that out somehow. And then once I have this motor built, then I'll pull in the Land Rover. I mean, push it in. And get that in, because it's fall. It's late fall. It's gonna snow any minute here in North Central Alberta. Yeah, I do have a couple other projects that I've been waiting to show. I bought a C10. I bought a 62 C10 cab, hood, doors, grill, and bezels. Super rare. Not super rare. The grill and the headlight bezels are kind of rare. And I got myself a 60 to 65 deluxe steering wheel. It's the same as the Camino, and I think it's the Camino and the later Bellas. Anyway, so I got a deluxe steering wheel for that. I'm trying to find a supplier for quality sheet metal. I found some cheaper spots, Scott's Trucks, and a couple of others. What's the other one? KMS Tools. It's real Chinesium, and I've heard lots of bad things. You have to form and fit and do lots of effing around, and I'm not qualified sheet metal tech, so I want to do as little effing around as possible, if you know what I mean, doing the little hands effing around, you know what I mean. But so that's what I got on the go, and I also have a donor truck for that Chevy. It turns out to be pretty nice truck in it of itself. I mean, it's rotten, but it was listed as a 63 GMC C or half ton. I think they're C15s or something. Anyway, I digress. It turns out that it was a 62 920. It's the Canadian version of the 3/4 ton, 7,500 pounds GVW or whatever it is. So yeah, I got some steel wheels and some cheap tires, and I got it rolling. But I need the Land Rover out of the way so I can move the trailer, and I can get the cab out of the trailer, and I can get the trailer out of the way so I can get the old truck here. I'd like to do a will it run. It's got a 235 inline 6. I mean, we know Chevys. It'll run. It wants to run. So yeah, just 235 things. But yeah, that's my kind of channel update. That's 10 minutes of me rambling, and probably chop that up. But yeah, so on the bench today, Echo 271T. I want to learn how to climb, so this is perfect for that. So something weird about this Echo is everything's Phillips. Not a huge fan, but you know, that's the job. I'd rather Torx, but maybe this is an earlier model. Even Hex would be fine, but, you know, whatever. Chainsaw things. Okay. Pull that off. kind of gotta pry it off of the fuel line on this. Right? So it is getting fuel when you prime it. Oh, of course, and the linkage. Come on, fat fingers. There we go. Or purge, sorry, is pulling fuel into the carb, through the carb at least. So that kind of, you know, this is a OEM carb, I believe, and that, yeah, it just doesn't want to pump fuel. So I had this carb open. I had a bunch of trash in the screen, and my suspicion is that just the jets are clogged with deposits. It is what it is. So we're gonna nab this Walbro lid. You know, it's the same but different. You can tell by the way it is.
Score! Look at this. This is an aspen. You can tell that it's an aspen tree because of the way it is.
So we're gonna take this top plate off. This isn't necessary, you can just throw it right in, but you know, I just wanted to trick people. So if I end up selling this thing down the road, yeah, it's totally legit. Okay, presto. Okay, hey look, it's Walbro. So this Pro line was just Chinesium. Don't let anyone confuse you or anything. It is Chinesium, but it doesn't have the adjusters are a bit different. Just in that this is the limiter version. I had pulled these limiters out because I thought, you know, it'd be a trick. But this one doesn't have limiters, so that's nice. If we want to port it in the future or adjust it the way we want it. But yeah, we're gonna go straight back in. Okay, so new-ish carb. Okay, choke is off. See if we can get away with getting that primer line on first. I'm gonna go in behind our linkage. I think that's how it goes. I'm going to manipulate our linkage. You know, just chainsaw shit. There we go. Linkage is on. We're in place. So, want to make sure, yeah. So with the primer line running in behind there, it interferes with our throttle. We don't want a sticky throttle. So, we are going to go in behind our choke knobber. Go back on our purge. I keep on calling it primer, but it is a purge. Prime purge. Does both. No big deal. Okay. That feels much, much better, except for this this other primer bulb line. Let's get some pliers. Pull this primer purge line off and route it over top and straight back on. That was easy. Where's the easy button? That was easy. Okay, now our throttle is not interfered with. Excuse my sounds I'm making. It's not very fun. So our little intake guy. Run these back down. Got my hand in the way, of course. Yeah, torqued. Click. Okay. So now we're going to pull our spark plug. Ooh. Okay. We're going to pull our spark plug because we need to stop the piston. So we're going to use our piston stop tool. Come on now. Okay, piston stop tool is in. We're going to rotate to TDC. We're going to take our clutch cover slash brake assembly off. Blah, blah, blah. That's off. Okay, little itty bitty clutch. This is where our clutch tool is going to come in. It's going to go in these notches. And I believe we're going to go righty tighty. This is supposed to work. Damn it. Springs are in the way. Wow. Well, I tell you. It's impossible to find good help these days. We're gonna pull the springs to do this? That's wacky. Yep. So this clutch tool is supposed to work, but it doesn't. Maybe that'll be enough. Okay. This is fun. Oh yeah, that's what I got this for. And of course our piston stop tool came up while we were flipping it around. I believe we want to go righty loosey. Okay. Piston stop tool. Turn it. Well, I waited for a month for that tool. Okay, we're gonna pull our clutch springs. 2. 3. So those will move down and out of the way. Ah. Ha! We gotta get our piston stop in again. See, this is why I like the screw-in ones, but saw's got a different size spark plugs than my other saws, so it is what it is. Oh. Outside clutch things. Okay. Okey doke. Okey doke. So we want to lube up our bearing, I think. Get our Bell Ray waterproof grease that I like to use. Okay. Okay, our bearing is on. On. All right, so we're just going to straight swap this. Bingo. Sorry, I keep on making the clicking noise. That's super annoying. Sorry, guys. Oh, this looks like a nut. Oh, check this out. Okay. So this is gonna spin our crankshaft when we get it tight. And our piston stop will fall out. No big deal. Come on, meow. Start. Oh, it's lefty. Left-hand thread, guys. Duh. Come on, Ross. Left-hand thread. Fun stuff. Okay, so we're going to rotate it and keep our piston stop in. Okay, we're up on the piston stop. Talking way too much. This is an instructional video, guys. This is just me trying to fill the void. Come on, meow. Holy moly. There is some suction on the bottom end. Holy. Oh, it was engaging the starter. I was working against this. I'm working against the starter spring. For Christ's sake. Uh-oh. So yeah, I'm working against the starter spring. That's always fun too. Okay, now we're in the right position. Yeah, I'm working against the starter spring. Why is the starter engaged, not freewheeling? Maybe because I'm rotating it in the direction of that. Come on. Oh. Okay, that's tight enough. If you know what's going on there, I'm pretty sure the starter pawls are engaging when I'm rotating it in the correct direction there. So I was fighting against spring. Boom. Bastard. Okay. Spark plug in. I'm gonna have a little look-see at this starter. Spark plug. $19 socket, if you're wondering. Switch it to the correct direction. More belly, less wall. Okay. Doink. Feels like the spring disengages. That comes from there. Okay, so intake filter, air filter, whatever you guys want to call it. Cool with it. Never done one of these, so I'm guessing it goes like so. Maybe it goes like so. Oh, there we go. Look at the brain on us. Spark plug boot. Click. Oh, the low. We'll see where the, what the hell is that? See where the low is set at. It's on the seat. So, half, 1 and 1/8. High. It was basically on the seat. So it's on the seat there. Half, 1, 1.5. All right. Change this up. All right. All right, guys. So Oregon Speedcut Nano, quarter pinch conversion, spur drive, clutch drum, dealio, aftermarket carb, air filter, spark plug, purge bulb. Let's see if it'll start. It's in the on position. Let's choke it. Choked. Oh, there's a fire. Choke is off. Seemed a bit fat. So we're in the right zone. So we'll take that 1/8 out. turning it in is lean. Turning it clockwise is lean, it's closing the metering jet. So I just gave it an 1/8 turn clockwise, which is in, which is closing, going lean. Okay? Okay, I leaked oil all over the floor on my shoes, my Nikes. Great. It runs. The oiler works on my Nikes. Okay, so start, run. Tune is not that great, but I'll figure it out later. I'm not sure why it's not really giving her. Maybe I'm too fat on the bottom end. We'll see. I don't know. Seemed like when I turned that high jet out, it didn't like that. Okay, so now we're going to do our bar and chain. So we'll move. I'll get set up for that. I'm still trying to learn the the YouTube video thing. So yeah. It's always a work in progress, right? So don't hate on me, guys. Don't hate on me. I'm just doing my thing over here. Just doing my thing. I don't want to be known as a chainsaw guy. This is just hobby shit. You know, I don't want to pigeonhole my channel or my creativity, so I just want people to know that you know, this isn't just a chainsaw channel. So if you came here for chainsaws, great. We're gonna be doing some chainsaw stuff. If you came for the Rover, great. We're gonna be doing some Rover stuff. This is just an itty bitty little guy. I need to adjust where that bar is going to be. Where's the adjuster, guys? Do you know? Hey, do you know where the adjuster is? Adjuster? Is it on there? It is. So this should be able to slide back. I guess. If we can get it over the tip of the bar. This is supposed to work. This saw. To adjust this adjuster. Which way does this go? Righty tighty, right? Lefty loosey. Oh, this is good. This is good. Yes. So we'll see if this lines up. Way more. Come on now. More. There we go. So we're bound on the tip here. So we'll throw our bar nut on. Hey, come on. Hand tight. You guys can see this. Okay, so you can see that we're bound here. So this is basically as loose as it'll go. It could have used an extra link, in my opinion, but I don't get to make that call because I don't get to make the chain. They said 17. I think they said 72 links. Okay, so I just need to get around that nose. So let's force the issue. Okay. So we're in, and now we're unbound. So we're just hand tight here, so we'll just tighten it clockwise in direction. There we go. Starting to take up some slack. Hopefully you guys can see that. See it hanging down? Let's change our angle here. Let's change the angle of attack. Okay. You can see that chain hanging down. Move this junk carve out of the way. See that chain hanging down? So I did have plenty of adjustment here, so that's it. So lately on the channel I got some flack on my chain adjustment. They're like, the comment was, you need to learn how to adjust chain. Well, bro, that's too fucking loose. Watch the videos on Oregon. Go read their blog. I think they know a thing about chain. So that's too loose. I just tightened up the bar. So we'll tighten up the bar. Obviously this is too loose, and then we'll back it off. Then we're going to adjust some more. And make sure we're on the old sprocket. Oh, ooh. Right, brake is on, brake is off. It is bound. Oh yeah, so we're way too tight now, all of a sudden. So we'll back it off, give the chain a pull. Okay, so that's too much now. Something's funky. We might have been bound up on the spurs. So proper tension is until it slides into the rail there. And then you're gonna give it the old 2-finger pull. I mean, we're not tight, so we'll try that again. Slide into the rail. We'll tighten it, tighten the bar onto the saw. Then we'll give the old 2-finger pull. See, so I think we're bound on the spur. So now we are unbound on the spur. Something is funky, I'll tell you that much. So just loosen it off here. This is why I don't like spur gears, guys. I like my pin sprockets because you're less likely to get bound. Okay, that looks nice. 2-finger pull. So if you can pull it and pull the chain free of the rail, it's not tight enough. That's how you throw chains. The Oregon website will say the same. Right? A little pull. I mean, you do want a little slack. You don't want to be too tight because you'll wear stuff out. This chain is going to stretch, obviously. But yeah, you give the chain a little pull. If it comes clear of the rail, then it's too loose. So another little turn. You do that on top too, right? I don't know how tight. It's too tight for a quarter. Okay. So we're pulling the chain up. This is like chain tension 101. I mean, I'm not trying to teach anyone here, but like if you had a sport bike, you'd measure the distance of deflection, right? When you tighten the chain, you can give it so much, and we use the 2 or 3 finger rule, depends on, the style. But like, so they tell you to pull up on the chain and the drivers don't clear the rail. So it's tight enough, right? We got some slack, but not too much. And we're not bound on the spur, I believe. It should turn in directional rotation. Anyway, fun stuff. Let's give her a start. Alright guys, just a bit frustrated. It's on there, but it is bound. It's not wanting to spin the chain. So I wonder if there's something in the bottom end. It feels springy sometimes, like it doesn't want to, but it's running. The crank is turning. It feels like the chain is engaged, or the brake is engaged, but it's not. That should be disengaged, right? Well, I'm going to, we're coming up on an hour now. I'm going to turn this off, figure out what I did wrong. And I'm going to do this off camera. I'm going to save some card space and some battery life. And I'm going to figure out why it's so bound up. It's not wanting to spin or accelerate. So yeah, I'm going to do this off camera. And when I get it figured out, I'll come back. Peace.
A few moments later.
All right, guys. So I kind of ran in this chain. It was binding. It was binding on the spur gear. So I ran it in, got it hot, stretched obviously when it gets hot. But then it started to pick up, like started to accelerate, then die. Then now it won't idle. So this saw must have a seal leak. Yeah. So, you know, it is what it is. You get a used saw that doesn't want to run. I got it for free. Grandpa got it for free for wherever he got it. And so yeah, that must be the original problem with the saw, why it got dumped. It's because it's got a seal leak. It won't run. So yeah. So I may bring it in. I just don't have time.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
To be changing seals on a top handle saw that I'm going to use once or twice a year, right? So that's it for this video. If you want to hear it, do you want to hear it? All right, so this is what the saw is doing. Now it won't run, right? I kept on backing out the idle mixture, seeing if I can. So that's what it's doing. It's acting really lean and then dying. So I have this, right? So that's telling me we got a leak. Especially when it was, that tells me it's got a leak, especially when it started to ramp up. It was running the chain and everything, like it was getting faster and faster and faster. And die. So that's probably why it doesn't have a whole lot of power too, I felt. So I mean, it is a whatever 30cc top handle, but yeah, it doesn't seem like it's got a lot of go. That chain cut decently out of the box, needs to be touched obviously. But yeah, glorious day. Another cloud in the sky. It was really cold this morning, but well, the sun's out, so it's warming up. It's one of those fall days. But yeah, so that's it for this video. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate it. It's kind of a bullshit video. We didn't solve anything, but that's sort of what I've been picking on. I really like these Panther Mini bars. I think for top panel application. I mean, August Henneke says that they don't last, but he cuts every day. So a guy like me probably lasts quite a while. But yeah, so that's where we're at. It ran and then it didn't. So that's where we're at with this, guys. It ran until it didn't. Parked, ran when parked. So yeah, I'll probably, when I go in the city, I'll drop it off. I'm going to the city on Tuesday to drop off my dad, but I'll drop it off at the shop and see if they can change the seals on it and get it running. I don't want to spend $1 million, but I'm not going to spend the time, you know, even though I'm capable. I know I am capable of doing that. I just don't want to. I got lots of other shit on the go, as I showed you in the beginning of the video. So if you made it this far, guys, thank you very much for coming to my channel, watching the whole video, not just the first 15 seconds and going, oh, nope, I'm out. I appreciate you watching. Every single one of you matters. I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you to all the new subscribers who came to watch Land Rover things. Appreciate that. All the people who subscribed to me because of milling things, I haven't forgot about you. I got that mill. I got to get a welder, so that's in the works. I'm going to work on a stand that's portable, ramp, winch sort of deal, just so it's more usable. And I don't have a ton of trees. I got trees in the backyard, but I don't have access to trees. You know what I mean? I got to get a permit to fall and harvest, and then, you know, they come and inspect each stump, blah, blah, blah. It's just kind of not worth it. So, you know, if a private person has a tree to drop and I end up with the wood, all great, but, you know, I'm not going to be going into the bush and milling up crown lumber. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, eventually there'll be another milling video, but, you know, not today. So yeah, thank you to all subscribers. I believe we're over 500 now. I think we're at 502 or something yesterday. So thank you to each and every one of you for hitting that subscribe button. And if you're new to the channel, you found one of my videos, even though, you know, this part won't be on those videos, please, if you like something, hit the like and subscribe. Share with a friend. I'm going to be doing more. I do have more projects. Let's go back to the project shelf. I have a 395 XP that I'll be porting. I have a 562 that's been in the works. I've been doing some dye work. I have it assembled to talk about 562 things. And yeah, and I had this little gaffer. And of course Land Rover. And I talked about C10. But yeah, I feel like I don't want to pigeonhole myself in this channel. This is my creative outlet. It's not just going to be chainsaw things. It's going to be any of my projects. So the next one will be me working on this Land Rover motor assembly, and then getting it into said Land Rover, and maybe we'll go for a road trip. The wife is talking about she'd like to go on a trip, so maybe we'll go on a road trip and see how that works out. But where am I going with this? But yeah, I don't want to pigeonhole myself. I don't want to be like the chainsaw guy, or even though he has a channel, or I'm not trying to be August Hinnicky. I'm not out there cutting trees every day. I'm not a tree pro. I just like to run a chainsaw. I like to build a chainsaw. I do mechanic things, so I'm going to be doing mechanic things. And the big, where I want to take my channel to go is do a dream project of mine. It'll be long term. It'll be a longer term project. I don't know how long it'll take. It'll be very expensive, but I want to build a hot rod, street truck, show truck, street rod. I don't know what to call these things, but you know, it's been a dream of mine for a long time to have a bagged. I originally wanted to do a mini truck, but a bagged truck, North American, Chevy, and do that. It's been a dream of mine since I was in high school. I had an S10, low to the ground, you know, it was a pretty fun truck. But the dream of mine was to, you know, do a hot rod. So now I have a 62 Chevy cab, so I'm going to be doing a hot rod. Just hot rod things. I hot rod the chainsaws, I hot rod the Land Rover, I hot rodded the Ford. Just doing hot rod things. So yeah, that's where I'm going to be going with this channel. Like I said, I don't want to pigeonhole myself with tree work or just chainsaws. I'm not just a chainsaw guy. I'm going to be doing this Rover. I'm going to end up be doing an LS. I'm going to be doing cutting welding on a frame. I'm not a big fab guy, but you know, I'm going to learn how to do it. It's something that I've always wanted to do, so that's what we're going to do on the channel, guys. If you like the idea of that, again, please hit that like and subscribe. It really helps me out. Not in any financial way, but you know, we're halfway there to being monetized. More than halfway, because I got all my view hours thanks to you lovely people. And we're at 500 subs out of 1,000, so we're getting there. And kind of the goal, I guess, if we're being honest and true to ourselves, is have YouTube help out paying the bills. Because as we all know, everything's getting more expensive, and building a hot rod truck, big money. So, you know, I can buy pieces here and there. Like I bought the steering wheel, I got hubcaps and trim, and you know, like now I'm buying sheet metal. I'll be buying suspension stuff, big brakes, wheels and tires. We all know how expensive wheels and tires are these days, especially tires. You know, all that comes with a hefty price tag. So, you know, that's going to come out of my pocket. But the goal is to be making money from these videos. And, you know, that's just me being honest, guys. You know, we're all after that cheddar, if you know what I mean. I mean, we don't live off of nothing. So, yeah, that's it. So, cute little top handle guy. You know, it's new to me, but very used, obviously used and abused. So yeah, thanks for coming. I'll say it again. Thanks for coming. Please, please, please hit that like and subscribe. Hit the like button if you liked the video. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more. If you want to show your channel to your friends, please hit the share button. Yeah, the more subscribers I get, even if you're not watching, that's fine. I have hundreds of subscriptions on my YouTube, you know what I mean? Like I watch all sorts of stuff. And if I watch more than one video, then I'm hitting subscribe. So I don't want to see more. So that's what I'd like to see from you guys. And I'd just like to say thank you again from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate it. This is just a small backwater channel. I'm a nobody. And that's okay. I'm okay with being a nobody. I've been a nobody my whole life. But you know, money talks. So, thank you again. Appreciate it. I'm running out of card space. You guys have a lovely day. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.